podcast from the grassroots, connecting people and sharing ideas.
Hello, we are back to Browse from the Grassroots. We have, this is Grace, and you have me here with
Arlene.
Yes, in the studio we have Michael Chen, the founder of We Are Malaysian Made, the WAMM. Hello.
Hi, morning. Thanks for having me.
Sounds like that song, WAMM. Is it a song
Yeah,
or
intentional.
band?
It's a band.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's intentional.
But that's spelled as WHAM. I'm WAMM. Yeah.
So you're here to talk about this coming up festival?
Yes, the Yayasan Saimdabi Arts Fest, where WAM was invited to basically curate some short film screenings. Well, not just short films. So what we actually did was the organizers called me up and said, "Hey Mike, since you normally organize these things and you're quite in tune with what's going on in the local indie film, documentaries, short films, whatever, right? Say, could you put together a list and do some screenings for the fest?" And I said, yeah, I would love to do that. Every time I hear about films, I usually just share it on the website. But there are a lot of films out there that basically don't get to be seen because they're either going and traveling for other festivals or for other competitions. So usually they only get to be seen at events because they can't be released online. So what I try to do is I put these films together and then I screen them. However, this time around in the Yayasan Saimdabi Arts Fest, it's got an interesting mix of stuff. Some of these stuff is already publicly available, to be honest. You can find them online if you wanted to. But they don't get enough publicity. No one really knows about them, so they are not like going viral or anything like that. So I put this stuff together and I put it up for Yayasan Saimdabi Arts Fest.
So you seem to know flow of this festival very well. I mean, of course, you're invited for festival. What can you shortly share about your personal background, or where are you coming from? And,
I see. Okay, yeah, sure. Basically, I started out as an actor in the local scene. I do a lot of theatre, mostly English theatre. And when I was very, very young, I imagined that I wanted to be an actor. So I did try for a while to go full time, and I did a lot of theatre, some TV. I did some Malay dramas, English dramas, and I also went into last year I managed to get into the big screen. Yay! Gavin Yap's first film.
Oh, that's awesome.
Take Me to Dinner. So I had the pleasure of acting alongside people like Patrick Teo, Toka Hong. So it was quite an amazing experience. I even produced my first movie last year that traveled the local TGV cinemas.
What movie was
What's
that?
the name
Chua.
of the movie? Chua.
Chuak, Cuak. Yeah.
Oh, it's a Malay word.
It was a Malay English. It's quite Malaysian lah. It's very mixed. It's about a Malay guy marrying a Chinese girl, and on his akad nikah, he starts having second thoughts about getting married at cold feet. So that's when he started thinking about all the fears. And so I had 5 different directors direct each of the different fears he thinks about as he's about to go pick up his bride. So that was basically Chuak in a nutshell. And so I've always been involved in the local scene on some level, either as an actor or recently as a producer. And KLPAC and the arts has always been like a home. In fact, before I used to be working with Kakisani as well, where we promote
that festival is also coming up, if I'm not mistaken.
Kakisani Fest is happening also,
yeah,
at the same time. But they are a bit different. They're doing a black box theatre thing in Pavilion, where they have all kinds of different shows.
Event.
They're launching today, this evening. Yeah, so that's happening. So this month is quite happening lah for the arts.
It's a lot of art festivals.
Let's talk about the We Are Malaysian Made.
Yes, you're a founder of WAMM.
Yeah, it's a pretty unique name anyway.
Yeah.
Well, basically, I at one point in time, my background was I tried to start my own company at one point called ifilmindie.com. This was many years ago. And when I was starting the event, this was when indie stuff was very happening. Bands like Hujan would go anywhere and 5,000 people would follow them.
Oh, that's like a few years ago already.
Quite a few years ago, exactly. Yeah. And so what I ended up doing was that I realized that there was a demand for indie type events. So what I wanted to do was I started a company called ifilmindie.com, where I would want to organize like these sort of indie style events for with indie content, and the profits that I generated from there, I wanted to pour into creating more content, helping more independent artists create anything, whether it's a music
Providing
CD.
more platforms for them as well.
Correct. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. But of course I was very young then, and I was too ambitious, I think. So when that company didn't work out, I had all this content with me and all these contacts and people who were constantly in touch with me, telling me, "Hey, I've got this new thing. Can you help me publicize it and all that?" So I thought rather than just give up and not do anything with all this information that I was getting, I just started a website. And my then girlfriend, now wife, told me like, "Hey, why don't you just start a website and call it like We Are Malaysian Made or something like that, you know?" And because everything I promote is Malaysian made, you know, that's what I try to do.
That's your focus.
Yes, that's my focus. But anything creative. That in that sense I'm very general. But the one focus.
But it started in 2006.
Around there, basically, iFilm Indie was started around then, and then when that didn't work out, so I just transformed it into wearemalaysianmade.com. So yeah, it's around then, 2006.
So when it comes to WAMM, right?
Yes.
You said your focus is on local acts, and I visited there once. I was a part of it, so I've seen like performances from bands and also to film production.
Yes.
How did you manage to organize all that and contact all those acts to participate in this event?
Well, WAMM is a volunteer-based project. I wouldn't even call it an organization. So with it being a volunteer-based project, I get a lot of volunteers, people who help me out with the website. And there are some of these people are very, very influential in the local scene, and they know a lot of people, or a lot of people know them actually. So for the music side, for example, I got people like Samad and Yin who helps me out, and then I've got filmmakers like Khairul M. Baha, who is very known in the local independent film scene. You know, he's the everything guy. Everybody loves him. And you know, I get around as well. I go everywhere. I everything from theater, film, TV, music. I used to do a bit singer-songwriting as well. So with all these contacts that we had, and like I said last time, because I have all these contacts, I don't want to waste it. So whenever these people get in touch with me, or when I want to organize something like the WAMM Fest, which you attended, Grace, I just call all them up. You know, if you got anything new that you like to share, film, photography, music, you know, I'll put it all together.
Sounds amazing. So I hope that we can have another segment for WAMM
Yes.
itself later on.
Long story.
And yes, and now in the house, she just arrived like not too long ago. We have Rosheen Fatima. She is a co-producer of YSD Arts Festival. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And this is Arlene here.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, so now let's moving on to our real festival topic.
Okay.
Yes. So what is this about exactly? Could you elaborate us? I mean, Michael did share us a little bit of the history of this festival, but could you elaborate more on this?
Well, along the same themes of We Are Malaysian Made, this festival is completely 100% Malaysian. So every
100%,
single performer is a local act. We're not bringing anyone down because we believe that Malaysians can headline our own festival. And so it's over 250 acts over 48 hours. So it starts at 10 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday, and it finishes at 8 p.m. And then on the 14th, which is Sunday, we have a gala night. So it starts at 8:30, and then we have... But tickets are gone for the gala night, but you can sign up for the waiting list and get in. Cause that's
So you mean tickets are all sold out already?
not sold.
It's
We
just
gave
going.
them away.
Oh,
yeah. But there's
wow.
only 500 tickets. So
500 tickets, right? So you actually wanted to provide a platform for the local acts. So there is no international acts.
there's no international acts because we have a lot of talent in Malaysia. So we're trying to get all that talent together and have people who maybe say you only listen to music, then you can start watching theater. Then if you only watch theater, then you can start watching music and dance. And there's workshops that are going on. It's catered to families. So there's a lot of workshops that are catering.
What are the
to
workshops
children.
about?
There's a lot. There's dance. There's theater, there's mask work, like puppetries kind of thing. There's a lot of music stuff, so people will teach you how to play the djembe, the drums. And then also there's guitar, there's singer-songwriting workshops, there's introduction to analyzing scripts workshops. But yeah, so we have for everything.
So I can hear that it's all about art, local
All
arts
about
in
art,
Malaysia.
all kinds of
I
art.
find
So
it
there's
that's very
exhibitions as well.
amazing.
Yeah.
So there's no entrance fee, just admission is free for everybody.
Admission is completely free. Yes, completely free.
I would love to drop by.
But do bring money because we have Art for Grabs, who is our festival partner,
Oh,
who is
okay.
they're handling the art market, and there's a lot of things to buy there, like local handicrafts and things.
Oh, so KLPAC is pretty the spacious place.
Yeah.
So will there be any activities outside, like outdoor?
We have 3 outdoor stages.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have deck 1, which is a lot of theatre and dance. Then we have deck 2, which is a lot of open mic sessions. So people can still sign up for that if you have anything you want to perform. You can
Oh,
go
it's
and
still
sign up.
open.
It's still open. And then we have also the lawn space where we built like a barn, like an old school Malaysian barn. And Pusaka is handling that space. So there's a lot of traditional art that's going to be there. And they have brought down different arts companies from all of our states to perform for the local Malaysian
So
audience.
that will be held for 2 days.
For 2 days, yeah. And the
Oh.
festival repeats. So if you miss something on one day, say maybe if you want to
So
come
that's on Saturday and Sunday. So if I
yeah.
say if I miss on Saturday, I can still go and then.
you can still come on Sunday.
Oh,
Yeah. There's
so-
maybe 1 or 2 acts that are not performing, but the bulk of them are performing on both days.
So from this festival, what's the highlight, the main highlight? I mean, other than all those local acts we can see, like if you were to choose, because other than the gala that you mentioned.
Well, it depends really what you're interested in. Like if you're interested in film, we have We Are Malaysian Made has 3 booths that are scaffold two now.
booths,
Okay,
yes.
so now,
Reduce it somehow.
so it's basically created and it's outdoors, and you walk in and you watch a film in an outdoor space, but it's covered up so that the light doesn't get in, and we just started building them yesterday, and those are outdoor spaces that have been sort of indoor spaces, so that you won't really see that anywhere else. And then we have a Yasmin Ahmad tribute, which is all 6 of her films that will be screened on different days, and that will be in Pentas 1. And if you're interested in music, then there's Pentas 2, and that's all the different bands that are coming. So we have
Awesome.
people like Bichu, Froya, Liana Fizi, Pita Hati, they're all performing in Pentas 2.
All those famous acts
All the
that
famous
I heard
acts,
in
yeah.
Malaysia. Amazing how you guys do provide platforms for local acts. I really admire you guys.
I would like to know who are the key partners within this YSD festival?
The festival partners, we have Art for Grabs, and they are running the art market. Then we have the Yasmin Ahmad thing, which is run with Mercy Malaysia. That's for Pentas 1. And then we have Art Generation Studio, which is we have a puppet. We have had ongoing puppetry sessions where the volunteers were invited, and then we built puppets, and some of the puppets are really, really huge, big things. And we're going to have a puppet parade at 11 a.m. where we walk around Jalan Ipoh with the puppets, and then we enter. So that kicks off the festival on Saturday. And then we have We Are Malaysian Made is one of our festival partners as well. So yeah.
That's amazing. While you have prepared for this festival, have you? Of course, there should be ups and downs, right? I mean, have you faced any challenges or difficulties?
Yeah, what was
and
the
this is
difficulty
also-
in
and it's
holding
also
such a
first
huge
time.
art event? You know?
Yeah.
Well, the only difficulty that we've really faced is getting everyone together at the same time.
So getting the partners is the hardest part.
The partners, no, because we have like another partner we have is Soundscape. So Soundscape Records, they come in and they help hire some of the bands. So that takes a load off the producer's shoulders.
If I'm not mistaken, Soundscape is one of the quite huge production, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So they're also running the space during the festival itself. And then it's just like a few people, they've had bad dates, so initially they signed up for it, and then they had to cancel because they had another gig. So those are the only really.
So it's called Yayasan's. It's called Yayasan Sime Darby Arts Festival. So Sime Darby's role in this, what is it?
Sime Darby has come in very generously to make sure that everyone gets paid. So because a lot of times the arts doesn't pay. So they come in and they basically want to support the people in the arts to make sure that everyone gets paid for doing a festival and sharing their work. So
they're the superheroes.
They're the superheroes. They keep us fed.
So I can understand the motive of this festival, and then you guys are inviting a lot of local acts, from arts to music to film, all sorts of things. So what's the next step forward after this festival? What can we expect, and any things that we can expect from after festival?
Or
Okay.
this guy going to take a rest, like, everything's over.
For
That would be
next
one
week we
thing.
sleep. So next week the plan next week is to sleep, but we're planning to do it every 2 years. So
Why 2 years? Why not annually?
because the festival actually was we started planning it in 2012 because it's quite a big thing. So you have to get everything sorted, like in the background kind of planning is a lot of paperwork, a lot of planning, a lot of red tape. So that takes a long time. And because we used to do KLPAC Open Day before this, and that was a much smaller scale. But because the ASEAN Time Derby has come on board, we could expand the scale of it. So it's planning. It's a 2-year thing right now, but who knows, that could change in the future. We might do it more often.
And this is also first time it's
the first
right.
ASEAN Time Derby Arts Festival.
So we can expect a lot of things, and then I'm really looking forward to seeing all those acts in the KLPAC. I wanna ask you, to both of you, Michael and Rosheen, yeah. So you invited him to help out for this festival. Am I correct?
We invited him because we know he does a lot of independent Malaysian film work, kind of supporting them.
So is this you guys the first time working together?
Well, we've known each other for quite
On
a
a
long time.
festival, yeah. On a festival,
Yeah.
it's the first time, but we have worked. I've stage managed him before, and
So you're also from theater scene.
I try.
So she's
What
an
do you mean by she
excellent
tried?
actor
She's an actress,
and a writer.
a writer as well.
I
So
try.
she's a script writer.
Yes.
That's amazing. So could you share a little bit of your background?
Okay. I've always loved theater. I was president of the drama club back in college, but then I studied journalism and then I joined Time Out KL.
Oh, you did? All right. Wow.
And then I started dabbling in theater, and I started as a stage manager, and then I started as a freelancer full time. But in the maybe first 2.5 years, I was just stage managing, and then I started acting as well and writing a bit. Yeah.
So you guys do provide this. At the same time, you guys are from the background, and I mean, with the experiences that you guys did. Why didn't you carry on with your own passion,
Oh, that's-
in acting or performing?
As individuals, we will after the festival, but for the festival, we're not actually performing. We're letting other people perform, and then but I also like producing. I like to see things get put together, and I think Michael probably also loves that, because when you finish an event,
whole
a show,
festival.
there's a lot of satisfaction that everything went well, everything went smoothly, and this is the third festival that I've been part of.
So what's
as
the
a
previous
producer.
ones that you produced?
The first one was KLPAC Open Day, and the second one was Lion Fest last year, and this is the third one. So this is the biggest scale one.
This is
Yeah.
the biggest scale.
Yeah.
So for this festival, is it only for youth, or do you also cater for children or
We
adults?
have, a lot of adult and children workshops. So the workshops, when you come, I'll show you this, but no, the listeners can't really see this. But we have,
I see a list.
it's a festival
booklet.
guide.
Yeah.
and it opens up, and you have the schedule. So at the bottom here in purple are all the workshops that you can sign up for, and they have age ranges. So sometimes they're like 16 and above, some are 7 to 12. So a lot of these workshops have had pre-registration, but you can still sign up on the day itself at the studio, and a lot of kids are coming. And it's very family friendly, because the academy in KLPAC caters to a lot of children in school holiday groups. So
It's
this festival
also
is
more
very
educational that way.
yeah.
You educate the children in the art And
So
Absolutely,
the whole
'cause
family
it's
can join, it
the
seems like.
whole family can join. And
What
KLPAC
about
is very...
the grandparents?
We do have, actually, we have, at the moment, we have classes that are dance classes for seniors.
oh, that's
And-
amazing.
Amazing. And we haven't danced yet. We need to join this.
You can join
Definitely,
there.
I really want to go in and
There's
see how the
contemporary, there's
festival.
jazz, there's traditional, there's all
Traditional,
the
yes.
traditional dances. Yeah,
That's amazing.
those are all the workshops. So
Yeah. So, what are the other interesting aspect hosting in KLPAC? Like, because the venue in KLPAC is actually quite private. Like, you have to go inside.
but the thing is, in KLPAC, it's very, very relaxing, very calming with the lake and all the greenery around.
It's a beautiful place.
It's a
lah.
beautiful
Yeah,
place.
Very,
And-
very perfect for anything arts related.
And also that the heritage of the building is very important to let people see that, you know, like I just came back from the Georgetown Festival a few weeks ago, and they value the heritage of their city. And so one thing that KLPAC has done is they've taken this old building, which used to be the KTM train workshop, and they've refurbished it and added on to it and made it a new space. They've
Rather
breathed
than
life
like demolish
into...
the whole thing and
Yes.
build a new one.
And actually in the KLPAC grounds, that used to be the Sentul Golf Center, I think, before.
That's
So
one
for
piece
this-
of history that we don't know.
Yes, I guess. For this festival, what are the few things that we need to remember to bring, or anything that you will emphasize for audience to do?
Bring
Other than-
comfortable
other than
shoes.
cash?
Please do not wear high heels.
Okay.
Yeah, bring comfortable
For
shoes.
ladies, yes.
Or men. Bring comfortable clothes, comfortable shoes. It might get really, like, there's outdoor spaces, so it might get a bit hot. Bring money, because there's a lot of food on sale.
And also
There's a lot of
products.
drinks,
Yeah.
a lot of products there. And then just bring enthusiasm.
Bring yourself and
passion.
be open minded and experience stuff and try new things.
And comfortable clothes and shoes.
And comfortable clothes.
Where can they get more information about this festival?
They can go to www.klpac.org/YSD Arts Fest. YSD
and the
ARTS.
registration, online registration for all the different workshops, is it still open, or do you have to
The
go
online
walk in?
registration has ended, but that just means that a few people who are coming maybe from outside of KL have already registered, but you can still sign up on the day itself, half an hour before the workshop starts. Yeah.
Pending available space lah.
Yes, there are the workshops are limited due to the size of the studios. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your insights and all these experiences. I'm really looking forward to going there.
But
and
before
see
we
the
end
acts.
it, in
Yeah,
conjunction with Malaysia Day,
Yes.
we have we would like to gauge with all our speakers to know what is their ideal Malaysia and what is their message towards their fellow
Yeah,
Malaysians.
from your point of view.
Do you want to go first? No?
Sure.
Michael can go first. Yeah, no problem.
Well, my message to Malaysians for Malaysia Day, is it? Well, I would say my message would be proud to be Malaysian, from not just as a nationality, but from what you do in your actions and in what you make. You know, so don't cheap out if you're doing something. If you're gonna do something and like make a bag, for example, make it well. You know, if you're gonna make a film, make it well. If you're gonna be Malaysian, be a good Malaysian. So that would be my message.
How about you, Rosheen?
Okay. There's this term that people use sometimes, and they use the word local in a derogatory way, and I think we need to embrace the word local and make sure that local means good.
Malaysian
Yeah,
made.
and
We are
Malaysian
Malaysian
made.
made.
Yeah, Malaysian made.
So that's good motive. And other than that, can you add some more?
I think we need to stop judging each other and stop thinking that whatever we are, whatever it is that we are, is the right way, that there are a lot of paths to the right way. And I think we need to stop thinking that everything,
There's only one way.
that there's only one way, and that whatever is not you is wrong.
So
Yeah.
Frank Sinatra is wrong. It's not my way. There are many ways.
There are many ways. Open your mind and then be able to accept
Yeah,
differences as
integration.
well. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Rosheen and Michael.
Thank you for
Yes.
having us.